Astro Podcast is filmed in Studio Cloud 9. Hello. Hi. Welcome to the weekly astrology report at Astro Podcast. I am Jody Shirami. This is the podcast for the week of April 12th through the 19th. How's everyone feeling and doing today? It was a busy week. I'll raise my hand. Yes, it was a busy week. And this is the very last week of Aries season. And Mars is really moving around in Pisces. It met up with Saturn last week, if you remember. And now it is in between Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, making a little bit of a meeting with Pluto. So we'll get into that this week. I hope you guys are doing well. This week is another super busy week, as Saturday on April 20th is the big day we've all been waiting for. All the astrologers, we have been waiting. We've been looking at the charts, and now we're ready. Are you guys ready? I hope you are. I hope we prepared you. So tomorrow is a big day because Mercury, who is retrograde, has now moved back in degrees to go meet up with Chiron again. Mercury's moved back 12 degrees in these past couple of weeks, and it's going to be done next week on the 25th. With this being the last week of Aries and Mercury going back and talking to Chiron, who's also in Aries, we again are getting this chance to forgive ourselves and other people. Chiron's the great healer, and the only way to move through pain is to forgive, especially yourself. Like last week, I'll say it again. Especially yourself. Forgive yourself. You're just a human being like all of us, okay? And then really using this feeling sometimes that, some things are happening and it seems to be right at the right time. It's happening. And then for other people, it could seem like, oh, it's just the worst time. These things happening, like why do they keep happening, and I can't seem to stop and get out of this thing that I'm in, this stuck loop, right? And so a lot of times, if you can have gratefulness and understand that we're all on earth together doing the same thing, if you can look at a situation according to Marcel Proust, who Rick Levine, astrologer, quoted the other day, is that if you can look at the same situation in a different way, then you can get through whatever forgiveness you might need to forgive yourself or others. If you can look at yourself in a new way, give yourself a new identity, reinvent yourself, shed that old skin, and you can be a different person. You're still yourself, but you've learned that this maybe doesn't work for you, so you're not going to do it anymore because it's only hurting yourself and other people, right? So this is a concept that a lot of people won't even accept because they don't believe they're ever wrong about anything. And so they're angry, but not with themselves, with the other person who did something to them. And they keep holding on to that anger, and so they lash out instead of healing themselves, and then being able to forgive, and then being able to walk away. And it's not easy, these things I'm talking about, and that's why for some people during this time, as you can see in the world, the bad actors are suffering. They aren't making it through this cycle. And some people just are lost. And some people are lost and they don't know what's going on. So that's why I'm here. If you'd like to have a consultation or talk with me, please leave me a message. Email me. I'd be glad to talk about anything you'd like. And then we can talk how often you'd like to talk. And we can, okay? That'd be great. This feeling of Chiron meeting up with Mercury retrograde, it's going to make us feel like we are in a spot where it's perfect for us, and it's going to seem kind of like a blessing. Again, for some and for others, a curse. So this is what's happening. So really watch yourself. stay balanced. And then on the 19th, which is next Friday, Mercury is going to meet up with Venus. And again, Mercury's moving backwards and meets up with Venus. And Venus is on her way out by the end of the month to go into Taurus. Okay. And also on the 19th, the sun moves into Taurus. So Friday is a big day next week in terms of right before Jupiter meets up with Uranus, sleepy Mercury is going to meet up with Venus. So what is sleepy Mercury going to talk about with Venus? Again, Mercury had already met up with Venus and is now moving back and saying, hey, remember that thing we talked about? What do you think? So we're going to be mentally agile in terms of being sleepy, but we're going to have all these meetings with people and we're going to be able to go over things, over ideas, over our values, over our integrity, and what it is we really want. Because Venus is about what we really want. And Mercury is about comprehending and thinking and working it out internally what it is you want to do with your values. Okay? And the moon all this time is still moving around. I believe it gets into Libra around then. And again, that's going to stir up some stuff with Libra being in the South Node. And we'll talk about that more next week. And also with Venus meeting up with Chiron at 20 degrees as Venus is on its way out. Venus met up with Mercury at 18 degrees. And like I said, clarity. And then Venus is going to meet up with Chiron, 20 degrees, as it moves out into Taurus, right? And again, I believe Venus moves into Taurus on the 27th or 28th. And Venus's home is Taurus, so it's going to be super happy there. It's going to change moods pretty quickly, being from the aggressive want to, hey, I'm just going to chill out, have some lemonade on my hammock back here, maybe do a little gardening, which is how I chill out. What's that going to mean for us? What it means is that right before Jupiter meets up with Uranus, who we're feeling already, we're going to get a chance to go over again our values and what it is we need. And the sun moving into Taurus will start to ground the energy a little bit into the earth sign where we can relax a little bit. And here when the sun moves into Taurus, we love all things that Venus loves. Comfort, security, love, and it's spring. So we're going to love spring even more as Earth Day comes on the 22nd. Happy Earth Day. Well, I'll be back on the 19th to talk about Earth Day. I forgot. So anyways, I want you guys to take it easy on 420. As we're heading up to there, we're going to feel it anyways. It is a 14 year conjunction of Jupiter with Uranus. And then also there's going to be things that are going to be happening so quickly. It's going to be quantum engagement, meaning that when we meet each other, whoever it is in our life, we are quantum engaged, meaning our cells, our body, our breath is interacting, and now they're part of us forever. Doesn't mean that they're in our lives forever. It just means that we have a connection to them. And that theory in Buddhism goes into the red thread, which is this. The red thread, the invisible red thread, connects all of us. And that's what Jupiter and Uranus are getting ready to come in and emphasize. It's how we're all connected. Jupiter is the ruler of Pisces as well as Neptune is, and Neptune's in Pisces. So Pisces' power is very strong. And with Jupiter in Taurus, where Venus is home base, and Venus right now just left Neptune where it was exalted. Venus going into Taurus pretty soon is really being ruled that Jupiter And and Uranus meeting up is really being ruled by Pisces because Jupiter is in charge of that. And Uranus is being ruled by Pluto, who's now in Aquarius. So as you can see how all these things, the energy, the red thread that connects everything, it may appear that Venus is controlling this Jupiter meeting up with Uranus, but it's actually Pisces and Aquarius, where the bigger outer planets are that rule over the generational memes and people and what we are like as a society. So this is a huge transitional period for the world, for the collective. And 420 happens to be the birthday of Adolf Hitler. And that's a huge deal because the energies that are being stirred up are very similar to that time period of World War II beginning. As you can see, and during that time, I've spoken of before, assassinations occur. RFK was assassinated then, and now his son is running for office. Junior is running for office now. So as you can see, everything comes together, and it is like woven together, and it's a big, big universe of interconnectedness. Okay? So I'll be back next week. Really take it easy this weekend with the Cancer moon. People are going to be very sensitive collectively. The universe will be very sensitive, and it's going to meet up and have some spats with some other planets. So really take it easy with all that emotion, with all this stuff coming together, and so many planets moving around. I can't even talk about them all, but I do listen to it all, and it's a lot. I think I watched 20, 30, well, I watched so many videos this week, so please take care, and I'll be back. And I appreciate everyone. Thank you to my new clients. Thank you to my new subscribers. I appreciate you. And take care. Be calm. Our balance. Thank you. Peace. Peace and joy.